Today we're diving into the art of persuasive messaging. Whether you're crafting an email, pitching an idea, or leading a team, the ability to persuade is a powerful skill. Persuasive messaging isn't just about convincing others, it's about connecting, understanding, and inspiring action. In this video, we'll break down the essential elements that make messages compelling and effective. We'll explore real-world examples, proven techniques, and practical tips you can use right away. Let's start by understanding what persuasive messaging really means and why it matters in every aspect of communication. Persuasive messaging is the strategic use of language and structure to influence attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors. It's not about manipulation, but about presenting ideas in a way that resonates with your audience. This approach is used in marketing, leadership, education, and even daily conversations. By understanding your audience's needs and motivations, you can craft messages that are not only heard but also acted upon. Let's look at the core components that make a message persuasive and how you can apply them in your own communication. First step in persuasive messaging is understanding your audience. Who are they? What do they care about? What challenges do they face? By answering these questions, you can tailor your message to address their specific needs and interests. This makes your communication more relevant and impactful. For example, a message that works for a group of students might not resonate with business professionals. The more you know about your audience, the more persuasive your message will be. Clear messaging is persuasive messaging. If your audience can't understand your point, they won't be convinced. Use simple language, avoid jargon, and get straight to the point. Organize your ideas logically and make sure each part of your message supports your main goal. Clarity builds trust and makes it easier for your audience to follow your reasoning. Remember, a confused mind rarely takes action, so always aim for clarity in every message you deliver. Emotion is a driving force in decision-making. Persuasive messages often tap into feelings like excitement, fear, hope, or empathy. By connecting emotionally, you make your message memorable and motivating. Think about commercials that make you laugh or stories that tug at your heartstrings. They stick with you because they evoke emotion. Use stories, vivid language, and relatable examples to create an emotional connection with your audience. People are more likely to be persuaded by someone they trust. Establishing credibility means showing your expertise, being honest, and demonstrating reliability. Use facts, cite sources, and share your experience to build trust. If your audience believes in you, they're more likely to believe in your message. Remember, credibility isn't built overnight, it's earned through consistent, authentic communication. Persuasive message follows a logical structure. Start with a clear introduction, present your main points with supporting evidence, and end with a strong conclusion or call to action. This structure helps your audience follow your argument and see the reasoning behind your message. Logical flow makes your message more convincing and easier to remember. Every persuasive message should include a clear call to action. What do you want your audience to do next? Whether it's signing up, making a purchase, or simply considering a new idea, your call to action should be specific and actionable. Make it easy for your audience to take the next step by removing barriers and providing clear instructions. Social proof is a powerful persuasive tool. People tend to follow the actions of others, especially when they're unsure. Testimonials, reviews, endorsements, and case studies all serve as social proof. By showing that others have benefited from your message or product, you increase your credibility and influence. Incorporate social proof into your messaging to boost its persuasive power. While emotion is important, logic also plays a key role in persuasion. Support your arguments with facts, statistics, and logical reasoning. When your audience sees that your message is backed by evidence, they're more likely to be convinced. Balance emotional appeal with logical support for the strongest persuasive impact. Stories are one of the most effective ways to persuade. They make information relatable and memorable. When you tell a story, you engage your audience's imagination and emotions. Use real-life examples, anecdotes, or hypothetical scenarios to illustrate your points. A well-told story can turn a simple message into a powerful call to action. Repetition helps your message stick. By repeating key points, you reinforce your message and make it more memorable. However, be careful not to overdo it. Too much repetition can become annoying. Use repetition strategically to highlight the most important parts of your message and ensure they're remembered. How you frame your message can greatly influence how it's received. Framing means presenting information in a way that highlights certain aspects or perspectives. For example, saying 90% success rate sounds more positive than 10% failure rate. Choose your words carefully to frame your message in the most persuasive light. Scarcity is a classic persuasion technique. When something is limited or exclusive, people want it more. Use phrases like limited time offer or only a few spots left to create urgency. Scarcity motivates people to act quickly, making your message more persuasive. Just be sure to use this technique honestly and ethically. Reciprocity is the idea that people feel obligated to return favors. In persuasive messaging, offer something valuable like helpful information, a free resource, or a small gift. When you give first, your audience is more likely to respond positively to your request. Reciprocity builds goodwill and strengthens your persuasive power. People like to be consistent with their past actions and commitments. In persuasive messaging, ask for small commitments first. Once your audience agrees to something minor, they're more likely to agree to bigger requests later. This technique is often used in sales and negotiations to build momentum toward a desired outcome. Messages from authoritative sources are more persuasive. Highlight your qualifications, experience, or endorsements from experts. When your audience sees you as an authority, they're more likely to trust and act on your message. Use this technique ethically by only claiming expertise you truly have. Personalized messages are more persuasive because they feel relevant and tailored. Use your audience's name, reference their interests, or address their specific needs. Personalization shows that you care and increases the likelihood that your message will be noticed and acted upon. Visual elements like images, charts, and videos can make your message more engaging and persuasive. Visuals help illustrate your points, break up text, and capture attention. Use visuals that support your message and make complex information easier to understand. Timing can make a big difference in persuasion. Deliver your message when your audience is most receptive, whether that's during a meeting after a success or when a problem needs solving. Pay attention to context and choose the right moment to maximize your message's impact. Effective persuasion is a two-way street. Listen to your audience's feedback and be willing to adapt your message. Address concerns, answer questions, and show that you value their input. This not only builds trust but also increases the chances of your message being accepted. Objections are a natural part of persuasion. Anticipate possible concerns and address them proactively in your message. Provide clear answers and reassurance to help your audience feel confident in taking the next step. Handling objections well shows that you understand your audience and are prepared to help. Persuasive messaging should always be ethical. Avoid manipulation, deception, or pressure tactics. Focus on honesty, transparency, and respect for your audience. Ethical persuasion builds long-term trust and positive relationships, making your messages more effective in the long run. Different communication channels require different approaches. A persuasive email might look different from a persuasive speech or social media post. Adapt your message to fit the channel and audience. Consider the format, tone, and length that work best for each situation. Great persuasive messaging is often the result of testing and refining. Try different approaches, measure results, and learn from feedback. Small changes in wording, structure, or visuals can make a big difference. Continuous improvement helps you find what works best for your audience. Culture shapes how people interpret messages. Be aware of cultural differences in language, values, and communication styles. Tailor your message to respect and resonate with diverse audiences. Cultural sensitivity not only avoids misunderstandings but also increases your persuasive impact. Nonverbal cues like body language, facial expressions, and gestures play a big role in persuasion, especially in face-to-face communication. Confident posture, eye contact, and open gestures make your message more convincing. Pay attention to your nonverbal signals to reinforce your words. Listening is a key part of persuasive communication. By actively listening to your audience, you show respect and gain valuable insights. This helps you address their needs more effectively and build stronger connections. Remember, persuasion isn't just about talking, it's about understanding too. Like any skill, persuasive messaging improves with practice. Try out different techniques, seek feedback, and learn from each experience. Over time, you'll become more confident and effective at influencing others. Don't be afraid to experiment and keep refining your approach. Wrap up: persuasive messaging is a blend of art and science. It requires understanding your audience, crafting clear and emotional messages, and using proven techniques like social proof, storytelling, and personalization. Remember to be ethical, adapt to feedback, and keep practicing. With these strategies, you'll be able to influence, inspire, and achieve your communication goals. Thanks for joining us on this journey to mastering persuasive messaging.